If you're looking to get your ex back, you may have been told that you should just wait and let them come to you. But is this a good idea? Will your ex come back without you having to do anything at all? Well, yes, waiting for your ex to come back to you is a great strategy, but no, you shouldn't count on this alone if you really do want to win them back. And in this video, I will explain. I, of course, am Brad Browning, author of the X Factor program and breakup coach here on YouTube for over a decade now. I've helped tens of thousands of people get a second chance with their exes, so I've seen many different situations where couples do get back together. And one of the most desirable scenarios is when your ex comes back without you having to do anything at all. Now, I think it's pretty obvious why this would be preferable to actively pursuing your ex. It avoids conflict, it gets you the result you want without really having to risk anything, and of course, it feels very gratifying. But there's another huge benefit that many people don't consider. And that is, when your ex dumped you, they created a massive inequality in the relationship. And now, if and when you do get back together, you're still gonna feel, unwanted and unappreciated for quite a long time because they were willing to throw away you and the relationship. And this creates a dynamic where you feel, lesser than your ex, and that makes it hard to have an equal partnership. But when your ex comes back of their own accord, when they apologize and admit that they took you for granted, well, this goes a long way towards healing the split, as well as healing your own self-esteem. So this is a very desirable outcome, but is it realistic? Does it actually work? Well, first off, let's talk about some situations where you absolutely should wait and let your ex come to you, or at least wait a significant amount of time before reaching out to them. Number one is if you smother them. So, was one of the reasons that your relationship ended that you wanted more closeness and intimacy than your ex did? Did you, impose yourself on their life? Did you eat up their time and maybe even invade their privacy? Often, people who act this way will ruin any chance they had with their exes by continuing to pursue them and pester them even after the breakup. So if you ever crossed the line with this behavior, or your ex, said that they felt like you were smothering them, then letting them come to you is often the best approach that you can take. They need to know that you respect their boundaries and that you're willing to let them have their own space. And in this situation, your ex may realize how important you are to them now that you've actually given them a chance to breathe. If they do come back to you, don't forget this. Make sure you address your clingy, needy behavior, or it's going to become a problem all over again in the future. Now, number two, they blocked you. So whether your ex has blocked your number or blocked you on social media, this is a clear indicator that they need space from you. I'm not saying that letting them come to you is guaranteed in this scenario, or really any scenario, but here it's really your only option. If you continue to pursue your ex, then you're only going to justify their decision to break up with you. You may think that you're being romantic, but the fact that they felt they needed to block you tells me that you're actually pushing too hard and you're scaring them off. And really, you don't want to be that person. You could end up destroying any love your ex has left for you, and you could even end up with a restraining order. I'm serious about that. So, take a breath, take a step back, and let your ex heal from the breakup. Only then will they potentially be open to speaking to you again. Number three is if you already tried to win them back and you failed. So if you have tried to reach out to your ex after a breakup and you've met with little to no success, then you're going to need to consider letting them come to you. Honestly, winning your ex back can be very tricky, and above all else, you want to avoid applying too much pressure to your ex. Chances are your ex knows what you want when you reach out to them, regardless of how cool you think you're being. Hopefully, they're willing to entertain the idea of talking to you or even meeting in person. But just know that the more you press them for an answer about getting back together, the more likely that answer is going to be no. So if you've already gone through this process and they've pulled away again, whether or not they explicitly told you why, then your best bet right now is to give them space and let them come to you. And number four is if your ex is a man. So if your ex is a guy, then this is often the best approach to take. Men are more likely to regret their decision to break up and try and reach out to their ex after time has passed. Studies show that men view their exes more fondly and also take longer to get over past partners than women do. Now, why this is pretty unclear. Some say that men struggle to process the breakup, or that men will end a relationship more hastily and then regret it. But whatever the reason, if your ex is male, then letting him come to you is usually the right move. And it has the added benefit of letting him feel like he's the one in control, which is something that many men do crave. But whether or not you fit this criteria, you can and should give your ex the opportunity to come to you, at least for a period of time after the breakup. It's best to give your ex space so they have a chance to process their feelings and allow some of the negative feelings to fade. Now, a lot of people find this time apart to be basically impossible. They're unable to deal with these feelings of loss and loneliness, so they'll run back to their ex to just try and stop the pain. But if you can hold out, then it'll often be your ex who actually breaks first. Now, if you're worried about your ex forgetting about you during this time apart, well, don't be, because most people take at least a few months to seriously move on after the end of a significant relationship. Now, I actually made a video about this previously, so if you are worried that your ex is going to forget about you during no contact, or while you wait for them to change their mind, well, watch that video next by clicking the pop-up here in the corner, or the link in the description below. Now, if some time has passed and your ex still isn't taking the bait, then you should start taking steps to win them back. But that doesn't mean that you should change your mindset. You still need to allow them to come to you. Let me explain. What I mean is that you need to give the space to pursue you as well as pursuing them at the same time. So don't be aggressive, don't fill up every space in conversation, and don't force the issue of the relationship. Basically, you need to let them set the pace. They're understandably a bit squeamish about reconnecting with you. Either they're conflicted about the breakup or they're embarrassed about making the wrong decision. But at the same time, they're excited to hear from you because they genuinely do miss you. Now you need to capitalize on this conflict. So be a safe place for them to come without expectations and tough conversations. You really need to aim for non-threatening. Now this is going to be difficult and uncomfortable at times. I know you just wish you could get this over with and have them back in your life and in your arms. But if you try to rush them, they're going to feel threatened and they're going to run away. They've proven that they're willing to break things off with you, so don't be surprised if they do it again. And more than that, this approach is about creating a mindset of abundance. So repeat after me. They need me, I don't need them. And if you can actually believe this, then things will work out the way you want them to. Remember that you're valuable, that you have other options, and that your ex would be lucky if you decided to give them another chance. Now, I know this can feel a little silly on the surface, but if you can make yourself think this way, you're going to have much more success. And the first step to thinking this way is to pretend you think this way. Fake it till you make it. Now, for those of you who are struggling with self-doubt and confusion around your ex's feelings, go to breakupbrad.com/quiz and use my free diagnostic tool. Just answer a few simple questions about your breakup to find out what your chances are with your ex and what you should be doing next. Again, you can take that quiz after the video for free at breakupbrad.com/quiz. Now, there are a few situations where you should not let your ex come to you and you should instead reach out to them first. Now, I'll go over them quickly here, starting with number one, which is when you dumped them. So if you broke up with your ex, then they're going to be under the impression that you don't want to be with them, so they're not likely to reach out. Obviously, they can't read your mind. Number two is when you said you needed time. So if you told your ex that you need time and space, then they're likely going to respect that. And in this case, they're probably waiting for you to make the first move. Number three is when they're very stubborn. So if your ex is a particularly stubborn person who hates to admit that they made a mistake, then unfortunately you're probably going to have to be the one to break the silence and actually reach out to them. Now you'll know this is the case if they turned everything into a fight, hated to apologize, and always had to be in control. Now I did make a video about how to deal with a very stubborn ex in the past, which I will link up to again here in the pop-up and in the description below. So go watch that now if your ex is a stubborn kind of person, just to make sure that you know what to do and what not to do. And situation number four is if either of you was emotionally distant. So if you or your ex could be described as distant, then there's likely a pretty big gulf between you two now that you've broken up. And it's going to take more than just time to repair that. You're going to need to take steps to actively reconnect with them rather than just sit and wait for them to come to you. All right, well, we've come to the end of the video. I hope that I've helped you decide whether or not to let your ex come to you. Let me know in the comments below where you can also leave your questions. And of course, if you found this video helpful, click like and subscribe to my channel for more help getting your second chance. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.